There are three conversations that your church is constantly having with the community around you. The question, though, is are you intentional about all three of these conversations? Now, first, let's break down what these three conversations are before you start evaluating whether you're doing a good job with them. The first one is the awareness conversation. And this is simply that you're just telling your community that you exist. Every time someone drives past your building, they see your sign, they hear about you from a friend, they find you on Google or Instagram or Facebook. This is a conversation. And honestly, a lot of times people aren't thinking as strategically about this as they should. Second conversation is the belonging conversation. You belong here. You see this message a lot in churches. And this is what happens when somebody actually visits, reads things on your website, or interacts with someone from your church. They are learning about whether or not they belong to your church and whether they feel like they could be a part of it. Then there's the third conversation, and that's the transformation conversation. That is that you are telling people, here's what happens next when you engage with our church and how we can help you go deeper. What does life look like for someone who's been at your church for a year or 2 years or 5 years? Are you telling that story? Because most churches are skipping this part entirely. We get so focused on the first conversation we're trying to have with people, which is put up a sign in the front lawn and make it look kind of nice so that people would want to come to our church, which is great. And that's not bad. But that is just one of three conversations that you are constantly having with your community. And you need to be focusing on all three of these. You need to be developing the belonging conversation so that people feel like they can be a part of your church because it's easy to get involved and it's easy to grow. You need to be developing the transformation conversation because people want to stick around when they feel like you are a part of transforming their life and helping them become more like Jesus. And all of these conversations are what build a really powerful brand within your church. You see, branding is so much more than just a logo on a sign in your yard. Branding is this idea that we are going to move people from seeing the sign in the yard or seeing the post on Instagram all the way through these conversations so that they are being transformed by God on a regular basis for years and even generations to come. Most churches overinvest in one conversation and neglect the others. And we want to help you make sure that you don't do that. That's what we're here for. That's why Creative Arts exists. That is literally the heart and the essence of everything that I want to do is to help you as a pastor, as a leader, as a creative, help your church to communicate in a way where branding becomes a voice, a tone, a language, and it feeds these conversations so that your community, the people around you, actually interact with you, engage with you, and are transformed by Jesus.